Hi everyone. Uh, Today in this module, I'm going to teach you about the last part of the chapter Gender, Religion and Caste. Here, I try to explain about the caste and politics part 1. In our previous video, I already explained about the first two part of this chapter, that is gender, religion and caste. In this module, we have to discuss about the caste and politics, where we know about the caste inequalities. So basically, you all know that casteism, that is a very much important issues in our society, because gender, along with the gender and religion, caste is that issue where the society are somehow are divided its member and can created any kind of issues or discriminations on the basis of that caste. So in this module, we have to know about the caste inequalities and how it was reduced, and what are the areas from which we can say that yes, of course, the caste system that was not exactly removed from the society, but it is somehow a reduced from the society. And in our next video, I'm going to teach you about the rest part of the caste, that is the caste in politics and what are the role play of the politics in the caste. So let's start with this module, that is the caste politics part 1, where we have to know about the topic of caste inequalities. See, if I'm saying that caste and politics, these words are somehow are very important, because in politics, political field, you can observe that many of us, many of the society they are using the caste for getting a chance to win in the political field. So for that reason, somehow we already in our country, we already have the negative impact as well as the positive impact of the caste system or the caste discriminations in our society among the citizens. And upon that, the politicians are also using somehow this kind of system, and they are using in the political field, and they try to winning their political career or political field by using the caste things. So in this model, first we have to know that what are the areas from which we understand that yes, in our society till now, the casteism somehow that is exist. And we also have to know in this module that the areas which take efforts to remove this one. Unlike the gender and religion, the caste division is also very important in our country, and it's not only impact the negative towards the society, but it also have the positive impact upon the society. See, we already known in our previous video that there is a division of labor. The peoples are divided their work along with some kind of divisions, that is maybe based on gender, maybe based on caste also. So there we have to know, here we have to know that a hereditary occupation sanctioned by the ritual. See, in our most society, the occupations of a particular community or of a particular caste, they try to somehow they try to somehow pass it with their generation to generation. That means, if I am taking one small example, the farmer, if I am taking an example of the farmer, the family of the farmer, they try to pass their farming occupation to their generation as well as to the generation which is come in future. So a person, those who are farmer, try to give their occupation, his occupation to his son, and again his son tried to give the farming occupation which he got from his father, and try to pass out that occupation farming to their son also. So by this way we can say that the occupations, caste occupations, that is somehow are passing out through one generation to the another generation. See, in your society you heard that in many cases we have observed that the doctor's son become a doctor, the priestess become the sons become the priestess, the farmer's son become the farmer, the business person's son also doing the business by joining their family businesses. So etc. Different kinds of examples we have seen in our society. So for that reason we from this scenario we can understand that yes, of course, in our society the caste system that was exist, it is not totally removed, because the people try to pass out their occupation, which is their caste occupations, which is somehow are created in the previous society with along with their surname of their occupation surname, and they try to pass out it to their one generation to the another generation. Even the members of the same caste groups, they formed similar occupation. See, those some of the you have seen that basically, if I am giving one example, I am not taking it at a personal one, but I am giving a one example that in West Bengal, those who are belong to the business person, they have some of the business persons basically they have who have origin in their origin or in their heredity, the families are doing the business, they have a particular surname, and that whenever we heard that surname of the particular things, then we have understood that these persons are belonging to that particular occupations. So for that reason they are doing this kind of things. Second one is that married within the caste. Right now the intercaste marriage is not accepted by the society, and the people try to arrange their marriages within their own caste people, because somehow this is going on in our society. And even in some rituals or some occasions, the upper caste peoples, they don't wanted to eat with the lower caste people. They always try to eat with their own members, own caste members. Maybe if you say in the during the time of any occasion or any kind of rituals or any kind of traditions or customs. So for that reason we can say that still now in their outside of the caste. So we can say this is one kind of untouchability practices are going on in our society. We in class 8 under the democratic rights, you already know about the this term untouchability, because we have right now as a fundamental right that no one can be have the right to do any kind of untouchability practices. So basically right now we have to we already have seen the scenario that what are the areas on which basis we can see that yes, of course, right now the caste system somehow in some areas or in some field it is going on and it is not totally removed from the society. But it's not a thing that in our whole society in 21st century also the casteism rituals are going on in a very negative manner. We can say that in some areas are also there in our society which somehow are given an example that from where we have understood that yes, somehow the peoples are tried to overcome with this rituals of the casteisms in our society, and they try to establish themselves as a modern culture which is not giving any kind of negative impact of the caste in our society. But have you imagined that whether this changement from the old caste system to the new one that came in our society randomly? No. There are some peoples are there, those who are fought for that, those who have who are the reason behind to removing or reducing the caste from our society. So let's start that know what are the efforts that has been taken to check the casteism and who are the leaders that are doing this kind of practices. See, many political leaders are there, many social reformers are there, for example like Jyoti Phule, Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. These are some persons and many more are there in our society which we have seen in our histories. that they have done a lot of things to check the casteism and to reduce the casteism, but somehow we cannot say that casteism, the discriminations or the negative impact of the casteism, that is somehow removed from the society. It is still exists, but yes, of course it is somehow reduced, which we have seen in our previous society or previous years. Now we have to know that what are that inequalities, or what are that areas where we have seen that the peoples are not going through with the caste system. The first one is that socio-economic changes have brought in the check. See, from this point we have understand that what type of caste system is going on. A strict caste system is going on in our society, previous one, which is not right now. The peoples are not try to follow that kind of rituals or that kinds of things. In the caste system in modern India, they have undergone with a great changes. If I am giving an example, in the previous timing, the rituals, during the time of any festivals, the peoples of any caste, they are somehow are very attached, and they have to fulfill all kind of rituals. Insist some kind of problems arises in human beings for fulfilling that caste. But right now we are only maintaining that kind of rituals which are not harming any kind of individuals, or which are not harming any human. So we are using that only. So for this reason we can say that socio-economic changes have brought in a very great manners, and the peoples try to solved it by accepting the modern educations, and they try to changes its caste system. Within the economic development, see, right now we can say that the peoples are not very much engaged to their caste economical position. Right now the economic status are very much important rather than the casteism. Large scale urbanization. See, if you see in the urban areas, it does not matter that who is walking beside me, or who is eating in the restaurants beside us. So we are in the urban areas, we are somehow not very much bothered about the peoples who are surrounding us, and we don't wanted to try to understand that, try to know about their caste, those who are working around us, or those who are sitting in the when we are traveling with the bus, trains, and when we are eating in the restaurant. So that's totally are not very much bothered about us in the urban areas. Somehow this kind of casteisms are following in the village areas nowadays also, but not in that high manner. So right now the urbanization is somehow developed more and more in this 21st century. The peoples are try to moved out from their villages and try to migrate it in the urban. So due to this the increase, due to this development of urbanization in a very huge manner, somehow the peoples are not bothered about the caste system. Literacy and education, this is very much important, because right now when you are studying this education, when you have taken the education, right now you are not very much bothered that who is your classmate, what are your classmates caste, why you are educated with that particular caste. You are also sharing your tiffins and your things with that peoples without wanted to know about their caste. So somehow with the literacy, somehow with the education, the people understand that casteism is just a divisions of the people among some community, but it is not any kind of ritual which we have to follow and we have to strictly followed in our society. So along with the educations, along with the literacy, the people understand the negative impact of the casteism, and they don't wanted to follow it in our day-to-day life. Occupational mobility. See, now in many of us we have observed that the farmer's son may become the doctor also, the doctor's son may become or their children may become the business person also, the business person families, children, they also take profession as a school teacher also. So right now that is not very much included, that only the people whose families are involving in which occupation, they have to take that only. So right now the occupational mobility, that means the changement of the occupation according to the casteism, that is totally somehow reduces, and the people's not, they are taken the occupation what their families is going on, or what their heredity are passing to them. So right now the peoples can take or choose any profession according to their own choice, not because of what their caste or what their families are choosing, but what they wanted to choose. Weakening of the position of landlord. See, in our previous time of the societies, or in our ancient times, during that timing, we have observed, or we have read in our histories, that there's a lots of landlord systems are was in that timing, because in that timing the caste is very much important for our society. They believe in the upper caste, lower caste and middle class. So for that reason, there are these landlord systems are going on, where the upper caste peoples, they have the lands, and they are somehow giving a chance to the lower caste people for walking into their field only. But this is not happening in our right now days. Right now in our society, that is the 21st society, we are not practicing that kind of system where we have the landlord system, where any one person have taken a position as a landlord, a zamindari system. We somehow are abolished our zamindari system from our society, and due to this removal of the zamindari system, the casteisms or the caste system, that also have somehow weakened, or that also have somehow reduced from the society, as because there is a no differentiated with the upper caste and lower caste. Even constitution prohibition based caste based discrimination. See, in our constitution also some kind of prohibitions are given. Under that, you cannot be practicing the Untouchability Act, which we have a fundamental rights. No people can be discriminated on the basis of the caste. All the peoples are equal in the front of the eye of the law. Everyone have the right to they can have a right to choose, they have a right to freedom to choose their own business and own profession. So these are the some of the constitution provisions are given, so that the society are not discriminated on the basis of the caste. So from these points, I hope you all understand about the what are the areas or what are the efforts are taken to remove the casteism. But one thing I must to say, that if from this point of view, if you if you think that all the caste systems are removed from the society, then that's absolutely wrong, because these are the points which are somehow try to reduce the casteism from the different areas. But we cannot say that caste system are somehow totally removed from our society, because it's still now exist in our society, in our some of the villages, some of the areas where this kind of casteism very much followed, are very much strictly followed. But yes, of course, as we are taking up the modern education, so we can say that somehow it reduces the system, and it try to weaken the system, so that the people's are developed not by their choosing of any kind of caste system, but by with their own choice and with the modern education. Now there is a question is said that why is there a disproportionately larger presence of upper caste among the urban middle classes? That means if you see the urban middle class group, there you have seen that still now it is somehow present the upper caste system, though not in that proportion, but somehow in a proportion we have seen. Now what are that reasons? See, as we already already explained that the caste system that does not disappear from the society, it is still exist in the society, and due to this reason we have seen that in many of the society they don't allow the intercaste marriages. They are forced, or they are somehow, the most of the peoples are marrying within their own caste or own tribe. Untouchability has also not ended completely, but yes, despite of that we have laws on that. The constitution have provided on that. They given the laws to protect the peoples from the untouchability practices. But the thing is that some of the older aspects, some of the older caste peoples, those who are going on with the caste system, older caste system, and those who, as because caste has not totally discriminated, so for that reason the caste group which had access the education, which implemented the education in them, they have very well done in acquiring the modern education. Means the people, those who are believing in the old caste system, and right now they are incurred, they are taking the modern education, they are totally incredible, they are totally changed their mind setup, and right now they have very much acquiring the modern education in them. And for that reason we can say that that particular peoples, they don't believe in the casteism right now. But there is also some other groups who are unable, who did not have access to education, or they are unable to get the educations, who are not very much opportunate to included education into them, so or were prohibited from acquiring them. And naturally they are lagging behind, because whenever we are not educated, we are not get the opportunity to educate ourselves, we are not removing the caste system from the society. So basically those who are, they are blessed, those who are getting the education, and they try and they remove the casteism from their society. But some groups are there still now who are not getting an opportunity to get the educations or the literacy. They are not providing get any kind of chances to get education, so they are still now are naturally behind the system and still believing in the old caste system. Even the caste continue to be closely linked with the economic status right now. See, right now they are somehow are connecting their caste system with the economic status. The people somehow they are previously they are discriminated the people with the caste system, the caste status, but right now they are somehow linked up the caste system and with their economical status, and they are somehow discriminated the people. So from this we can understand that why in the urban middle classes, among the urban middle class, still there is a present of the upper caste systems, because they are not opportunate to get acquiring the educations. For that reason this was happening. So I hope in our in this video you all understand about the inequalities of the caste in our society. And please go through with the in your NCERT book thoroughly along with this video, so you will understand that the positions of our country where we have a negative as well as the positive impact of the caste system. And it can only in the last I only conclude that if we wanted to reduce the caste system or to remove it, then we have to give the educations, we have to give the literacy, and we have to increase the urbanizations towards our society. Then only maybe we are achieving the total removal of the casteism or caste discrimination. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you all get understand about the portion caste inequalities. In my next video I will explain about the caste and politics, that is the caste in politics, when what are the roles play of the caste in politics, and also explain about that how the caste people are using politics to create their status. So till that, thank you again for watching this video.